The third principle of the perfect pitch is structure, and this comes in the construction phase. Structure is all about the order in which you tell the story to an investor. We know that 80% of investors don't have expertise in the sector in which they're investing. So it's important to make sure that you take them on a journey of discovery about your business and also the sector in which you operate. It's very much like creating a university course. If I was taking something like physics, for example, I wouldn't start semester 1, lesson 1 with string theory. What I'd do is I'd create a course that builds up knowledge lesson on lesson, semester by semester, to the point at which my students can understand string theory and comprehend what it is and why it's of value. And it's exactly the same for your pitch deck. What you've got to do is create your slides and create a structure of those slides that unpacks the story in a logical way, that builds upon the knowledge that you've released in the previous slides. And what we see happen a lot is entrepreneurs will assume that the investor already has some knowledge in a particular area. So they might explain something in detail on slide 10 and reference it in slide 3. And at that point, the investor doesn't really know what they're going on about, and you're asking them to make that connection once they get to slide 10 of the deck. And that's okay if that happens once or twice throughout a deck, but typically we see this happen time and again, a number of times throughout a deck. And this is what leads to confusion amongst an investor. Their mind just can't keep up with all of the back and forth, and they end up just putting the deck down and ignoring your business and looking at a different business idea that's much more articulate and much better at explaining their idea. It's also important to note that there's no one-size-fits-all solution to creating the structure of your pitch deck. It's bespoke to every business. Every business has got a different story to tell, operating in a different sector, coming from a different background, coming from a different perspective. So what our team does at Robot Mascot is sit down and look at your business plan, look at the information that you provide us, and figure out the best way to structure your communication, structure your deck, so that it clearly explains to an investor what it is you do and why you do it, and takes them on that journey of discovery. You can rate your pitch against our 6 principles of the perfect pitch via our Pitch Ready scorecard. All you need to do is log on to pitchready.co.uk, answer a few multiple choice questions. We'll then review that information and send you a scorecard that rates your deck, your pitch against the 6 key principles. And that'll give you the opportunity to see the areas in which you're doing really well and the areas in which you're failing. And hopefully that'll allow you to improve your pitch and convince investors that you're the business to back.